Winning by losing. You may have heard of another expression, less is more, which basically has perhaps a few different meanings, but to me essentially means that you can get more out of life by being more selective, deciding not to do certain things, not to be around certain people, getting things out of your life that are, less important or hold you back, or at least putting them to the margins. So an inverse or a converse or an opposite, however you want to think of it, of that is also true, which is that, as the title of this podcast states, winning by losing, which means perhaps more is more, or that you win sometimes by not always being right, or by losing or giving in to other people. So I want to explain that a little bit. So I think it's called the Pareto principle. This is basically the less is more philosophy, is that 80% of your success comes from 20% of your customers, or 80% of your happiness comes from 20% of your interactions or relationships. So better to focus on the prime things and let the less important things or the less beneficial things go to the wayside. So it has a lot of other sayings like do first things first, focus on the priorities, things like that. And that is true to a large degree. I mean, people that don't focus don't get ahead in life. But it's also true that people that just want to work smart and not work hard, people that just want to, be successful by doing as less as possible, that's not really true, because you have to do more. You have to do more than other people. You have to work not only smart but hard. And you can't just think, well, I'm working smart and I'm cutting this out and I'm cutting that out. You have to cut things out because you have to be focused. But the things that you focus on, you have to be hyper-focused on them and hyper, helpful to the marketplace or to people, whatever the situation is, to accomplish things. So related to this, another expression is nice guys finish last or nice gals finish last. And that is 100% untrue. It is true that weak people finish last, people that, are people pleasers and just, have their own insecurities in that way. Those people do get taken advantage of. But to be ultra successful, you have to be nice to people so much, even when you don't always feel like it. I mean, if you could train yourself to feel like it as much as possible, then, you're way ahead of the game, because, authenticity is critical. But, success is always not following your feelings, it's following what you know is right. And people are going to hold out for a hard bargain, at least quality people will. So if you're not giving in sometimes, then you're not going to be able to reach people of quality, that's for sure. So, don't always think that less is more. Don't always think that nice guys finish last or nice gals. Remember that, you can win by losing, and that you have to let the other person win sometimes. Obviously, I just want to put a PS on this. The best thing is win-win, but sometimes you do have to, as Gary Vaynerchuk says, be the better person, be the better guy or better gal, because sometimes the person is worth keeping in your life, but they're not going to meet you halfway, and sometimes you have to give in more than halfway.